Back to Ronaldo and Real Madrid. They're back in action today versus Borussia Dortmund, looking to remain unbeaten for a 37th consecutive match. Will this streak continue?
I think so. It's at the Santiago Bernabeu. They're back at home off a very good Clasico result. And Zinedine Zidane, he's been in charge since January. His first time managing a team, a first team that is, and he takes over the US equivalent of the New York Yankees. I mean, he takes over Real Madrid. And he somehow managed to put together this incredible streak, like you mentioned, Alexa, and it's still going. And I think it will continue to go because he's getting results out of younger players, Lucas Vasquez, Mateo Kovacic. These younger guys that come in somehow have this ability to perform for their manager. Now, we're talking about one of the legends of the game as well, so it's not a surprise that he's an inspiring character, but his tactical nous has improved an awful lot. And I think they'll win today. I think they'll get a result against Borussia Dortmund and qualify top of the group. And there's just this overall wonderful sensation around Real Madrid right now that's infectious, and they've become a really interesting team. Whereas I don't think they were under Rafa Benitez last year.
I mentioned that streak earlier. It was actually 33 games. They're looking for their 34th. But it's just an amazing streak that they've put together, Kevin, as you mentioned.
Back to April, I believe. Alexa, Zizou himself would say, you were right the first time, because there's international championship cup games. There's a few different games during the summer as well. So a lot of people are going with the higher number, like you mentioned. But I suppose if we were really critical, we'd say the 33 games looking for 34 in competitive games, let's say.
Okay. What other matches will you be focused on today?
I think the other one of interest to me is Porto hosting Leicester. Leicester won the Premier League. They're having an awful time domestically. They've already won the group, by the way, but Porto in that game, they need to come out and win. They need to stave off Copenhagen and qualify for the next phase, finishing second. So Leicester, to see if they can continue their form at a really difficult place to go over in Porto. I'm keeping an eye on that one. And Monaco. Monaco are playing the sexiest football in all of Europe right now. It really is brilliant to see. Falcao, the Colombian, is back fit and scoring. They've got a guy called Valère Germain. That's my best French pronunciation, by the way. Valère Germain.
Sounds good. That's great.
He's in behind Falcao, and a producer at work is French, so he's constantly on my case about the French pronunciation. But they've got some good young players at Monaco. So keep an eye on them, because Monaco's not known for, it's the Principality, it's got all the fancy yachts, all the celebrities want to go over to Monaco and the Principality. They don't really get much of a crowd at their home games because they're all off sipping champagne on their yachts. But this team is producing some brilliant football, and I expect they could be a surprise package in this year's Champions League.
By the way, we're seeing, look, Leicester off that spectacular run to the Premier League title last year, right in the middle of the table this year. Is that pretty much where you thought they would be?
Yeah, I think so. I think most people realised they didn't have the squad. Losing N'Golo Kante in midfield as well was an enormous loss. It was a great story, but guys, this is something we need to talk about more and more as the season progresses, because there are several other Cinderella stories this year, and one over in Germany. RB Leipzig is their name. They're top of the Bundesliga right now, and they are an unbelievable package that continue to impress. 4 years ago, Michael and Alexa, they were top of the fourth tier of German football, and they've had promotion after promotion after promotion. Now they're ahead of Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich. It really is sensational to see, and they're hated, by the way, over in Germany, because they're sponsored by Red Bull, and they hate the corporate side of it over in Germany. So they're not a fan of this team, but they continue to defy all the odds.